Sanyusa okubalaba. Tugenda kubanga tuyiga eri omuntu yenna oba oli mupya oli mukadde naye ng'olina ky'obulamu okuba ng'otegeera ku app ya Royal Q. Ng'olina obuntu bungi awo bw'olabaalabako naye nga tobutegeera. So leero tugenda kuba nga tubusunsula, obutegeere bulungi, obumanye nga buli kamu koolaba awo osobola okuba ng'otegeera kye kategeeza era oyinza kakozesa otya era okakozesa ddi. Kye tugenda okuba nga tuyigako leero about the Royal Q app. Tuli ffenna era ng'agenda okuba nga mbasomesa teri mulala nze liida wammwe Engineer Nkome Anthony, Vitu mu bizinensi zagenda okuba nga mbatraininga nga mbatwala mu steps z'okumanya app y'engeri gy'ekolamu. Mumpulira bulungi? Nasinaba kuba nga neeyongerayo, saagala mbeere nga neeyogeza nzekka ng'abantu tebampulira. Kiriya kale taata totubye weesitukidde ndoza katandikirewo. Someone is not getting the language. Tukozese Luzungu. Tugende mu Luzungu. Ayenda usama commenting awo tugende mu Luzungu. Kale abantu bangambye tukozese Oluzungu. People are saying we use English. So I'm gonna switch from Luganda to English so that everyone can be in class, not to leave anyone behind. So briefly, I'm going to train about the Royal Q app, the terminologies, and every kind of thing that you see on the Royal Q app and when you can use it. So that whenever you're tapping anything on the app, at least you know exactly what it does. Because you find some people, they tamper with the app, tapping here and there, and they end up messing up, putting things in an opposite way of operation. So today we are going to look at that, and at the end of it, at least everyone will be well conversant with that application of Royal Q. When to use something, when not tap it, is what we're gonna share about today. All right, I'm gonna share my screen so that we can dive into the application right away. All right. Hope everyone is seeing my screen. So we are going to learn about this application, just the terminologies. So let me open this up and then we'll start right away. All right. Starting from the very app, we have the first terminology that you see. We have the API binding. We have the API binding. So that one, we simply tap there. Whenever we are connecting a new distributors robot to the Binance application, so that the robot can be able to communicate directly with your Binance. That's where we go. Whenever we are binding, we are connecting the two apps together, we simply go to the API binding. The second in red is called the revenue details. Revenue details, this is where you go and check and see how the robot has worked for you at the end of the day, or even after every sale the robot does, because the robot will be communicating to you. So under the revenue details, you'll be how the robot has been making profits for you. Let me briefly open there. So you can clearly see the profit that it has been making for this new distributor. I simply logged into her account. So here we can clearly see how the robot has been working for you. It can even show you the total revenue you have got as it's trading for you under the revenue details. So for every new user and you have not been knowing where to check your profit from, just refer to this part of the revenue details. Clearly, you're going to be seeing how the robot is doing the work for you. The next is the reward details, that green color. So reward details, this is mainly rewards from the team building. Yes, so you can see here when you open the reward details, you're going to see all that there is nothing. Activation, those are the earnings you have got when people have joined your team. You can see this one being a new distributor hasn't got anyone under her. So that's why activation 0 earnings. Yeah. So if we switch to direct qualification, so under direct qualification, these are the earnings from your directs when they are trading and they are making profit. The 20% the robot is going to charge you as fuel, it also give to the person who invited you. So being that this one hasn't got anyone under her, so meaning no one is making profit under her. That's why direct qualification is 0. So if you're having someone under you and is trading and enjoying profits, you're going to see profits here for direct qualification for the people you're brought into business. So every person you're going to bring into business, you're going to see your money here. Then team qualification. Yeah, Royal Q, under the reward details, under team qualification, Royal Q is going to give you even on your team. When you decide to build your team, and the team qualification is going to show you here how you're earning from that team. That means your team to this team directly. You'll be earning from those people. Income will be fuel to our Royal Q we deposit here under the asset. So whenever the robot is making profits for you, it's going to be reducing its 20% share. Remember, the robot tells us that we are going to be sharing the profit. Every time it's making profits for you, we are going to be sharing that profit at a ratio of 20 for Royal Q and then the 80 for you. That means every time it's going to be making profits for you, it's going to be reducing its 20% share of the profit you have made from the fuel here. Let's say she's having 7.3 and anything. It's just like when you're riding your bike. Once fuel gets done, you either push it by your hands for it to move. It will stop. So this is fuel fee under the asset. So make sure you have the asset. And another thing, when you have the team under you, you can find your asset is always increasing, because every time people are trading and you make profit and RoyalQ pays you, like the team quantification I've showed you there, it's going to come at the asset. When it accumulates and maybe exceeds your, and it is much, you're free to withdraw part of it and you put on your Binance to start to use it for trading. Yeah, maybe here at other asset, RoyalQ has been paying you for direct qualification, team quantification, activation. We have just seen before. And maybe you have $100 here. You're free to withdraw like maybe 80, and you leave part of it for fuel, for the robot to be reducing whenever you're making the profit. Yeah. So once you have a team under you, you may find you're not depositing here on the asset because RoyalQ will be paying you, except you will just be withdrawing part of it to take to Binance, because you'll be having access because you have built your team. So that makes me remind you of not just sleeping. Show people business and enjoy. Just be enjoying your profit without minding about depositing assets here. How about we have showed a friend that is trading and enjoying, but as she's making her profit, RoyalQ is also giving you a share that is going to come here as asset and be used as fuel, or even withdraw part of it when it has accumulated. So that is it under the asset. Okay, going down on the down arrow, we are seeing the invite friend. So once you have dived into showing the business to people that they can accumulate big profits and big incomes, this is where you get a link that you're going to share to your friends. The invite friend. Once you tap there, you're going to find a link that you're going to share to your friends. It is opening. All right. So this is where we are. We are saying invite friends, refer friends, and win together. Yes. Once you tell someone about a business, she's going to be winning as well as you too. Winning. Yeah. So down here we are seeing the my invitation code. So you're free to send someone an invitation code when they are signing in. But I recommend copying the invitation link and just send someone a link by copying this link. You tap on these two boxes at the end to copy, and then go long tap on someone who's, when you're messaging someone, long tap to paste, and then send that link to that person. Will freely tap in the link and then register with their email. They will directly go under your link, and RoyalQ will give you rewards once they have done the activation. Then there are some people who are skeptical to tapping in the link, being that the reason being that some people are scared of being scammed and being their phones being tapped. So for such people, that's when you can use the invitation code. For them, you can simply tell them, download the RoyalQ, they try to register, and where they request the invitation code, they simply put that invitation code. So you can as well copy it and paste it that person who's so skeptical, tapping in the links for security purposes. Right. Going further, we are seeing the user guide. User guide. So user guide here, I recommend every new member of RoyalQ to go here and watch one video after the other, It's going to educate you about different things, because here RoyalQ compiled a number of guides, a number of different social training that are helpful for anyone new to be able to know exactly how things are being done. Like for the binding I was talking about up there, how to bind, you can find it here in a short video. How you can do the binding, the connecting of the RoyalQ to your Binance. Let me try to open shortly so that you can see what is taking place here. So here they are showing you how to share profit record, quantitative trading setup tutorial. So once you tap anything here, you're going to get the lessons in a video short form, and then you're clearly going to be knowing at least how things do operate. Yeah, so you can read about all these things. What are rewards lost? You'll be knowing all these things. Yeah, first preset buy in price. You're going to understand these things. So make sure you go through these tutorials so that you can understand them, because they are helpful for you to be knowing. That is the user guide. So going back, we are having the mentor session. Yeah, I advise everyone at least to be having a mentor. So you can choose your mentor, that I want this person to be my mentor. You can simply tap on mentorship and then you look for that person that you want to be your mentor. Or you can directly talk to your leader to be your mentor. Yes, but you can as well apply to be a mentor once you ranked up to V2 or middle rank, going upwards. You're free to be a mentor. If you're not a VIP 2 or a middle rank, you can't be a mentor. Okay, we have the more. Let me tap there with you and see. So under the more, this is where you are finding all these API revenue things you have just seen. They are all here: quantitative, user benefits, circle owner income, my synchronized strategy, my counselor, price alert. See. Okay, let me explain about the circle owner income. Besides, let me leave that. My synchronized strategy. So before, synchronized strategy simply means you can simply connect your robot to someone else's robot. Could be an expert, that you link up your robot to an expert's robot, that whenever he's doing on his robot, automatically is being done to your RoyalQ robot too. Let me say someone has bought Bonko, is trading it, and you connected your robot to his. Automatically, your RoyalQ robot will also buy the Bonko straight away, and it will be running. Once it is sold from his robot, automatically yours will also sell, and you'll be free. Then we go to my counselor. So my counselor, that is the person that invited you. That's the person that invited you. So whenever you want to do anything, that's where you find your counselor. So make sure you know your counselor. You can even check this point before thinking of activating, because we have seen people who have activated and they have ended up missing out the income or the benefits from the RoyalQ, being that they used someone else's link. So once you mess up with the link or the code, you're going to find the counselor is different. So make sure you refer to this point to clearly check and confirm the counselor before doing any activation. Then we have seen the price alert. I think you've been seeing this thing popping up here. I'll call you. All right. You have been seeing this thing popping up, eh? So what you simply do under the price alert, you can set those things. You can clearly put an alert on any coin. So once there is any sharp increase or a sharp decline, Royal Q will be reminding you about those movements so that you can refer either to trade or just to watch the coin. The coin could be very down deep, and then maybe it does a sharp increase, maybe of 2% or 1% sharp within a short period of time. Royal Q will send you an alert that at least will ignite you to go and check and see how it is performing. Maybe it could be a very good entry because of that spike or a decline in that coin, so that you can be able to tap into that coin as early as possible. So you can see here, so long as you toggle this switch to the on side, it will clearly be doing that trading. Yes, going further, that is the Royal Q terminologies under this part. So now we have the downer part. We have the downer part. We have seen the home. We are seeing strategy from the bottom. We are seeing home. Next is the strategy. Next is the circle, news, mine. So let me explain about those ones briefly. We understand about them. So under the home, that's where you tap to access all the upper terminologies I've been explaining to you. The binding, revenue details, rewards up there. You tap home to get access to them. Then, once you so after the strategy, this is where we go when we are going to put our signal, in our Royal Q robot. So you can see here, you can create, you can select the coin under the strategy. Picking a coin, this is where we go. So once you're told this is the coin to trade, we go to strategy, and then you set or command your robot. That's where we go. We have seen the circle. We have seen the circles. I'm not going to explain this because it is irrelevant. We have seen the news. Yes, news. This is where we are going to get the news the robot is feeding us. For everything happening on your Royal Q, you're going to be seeing it. Yeah? Like the order messages. Once the robot makes any order or buy or a sell, it's going clearly to tell you whether it has bought or sold. And definitely, you're going to see and check. You have seen here, there's a new buy, new sell. All that you see it from the news. Then for the system messages, for anything running according to the Royal Q robot that is operating systematically, is going to be displayed here. If, like for example, if your asset has gone low before the set price, this one is set to 10, it's going to send you an alert that is sufficient balance. When it's below that is set price, you can set it at maybe 6 to give you an alert so that the robot doesn't stop to work for you. You add the asset in time. So it's going to be displayed here. So the platform balance is insufficient to be showed here. Then when margin calls have been stopped, it's going to come and tell you here so that you can act accordingly. Right. So the last one I'm explaining about is the mine from the lower right corner. Mine. So under the mine, it could be a shortcut of access in the other things I've been explaining to you. The other terminologies. The asset is there. So you can as well access the other terminologies shortly by tapping mine, and then you get access to them. So we are seeing we have the binding team. So if you have built your team under you, you can simply check it here and see the team under you. Then the word details, that's for team building, circle owner, synchronized strategy, share. If you want to share your link to someone, you can as well just tap on mine and then go to share. Then RoyalQ feedback, security center. For security center, that's where you can go for someone wanting to change the password, things of the sort, you can go to security center. Then system settings. You can as well visit that, setting the language, the theme mode if you want to change it, the currency, you can decide to change it, but you don't need to tamper with that. Yes, you can log out, and maybe if you want to log into someone else's account. Okay, I think that's the end of the training. Unless someone is asking a question, I'm back here. If someone is asking something about the RoyalQ that you want me maybe to explain about, you're free to ask, and then I throw more light about that you're not well conversant with. Sumaiya, tuko pamoja. Yes. Mariam, I'm seeing you raising your hand. Let me know that's something that you want me to explain about or throw more light about it. Let me know, you're free to ask. You can switch on your microphone so that I can hear you. Mariam, you're asking. You can ask. Yes. Okay. Those are, I think, questions. Olivia, for you, very okay. Just appreciating. Okay. Thank you. Hello, I have a question. Put your microphone and ask. Feel free, anyone, to switch your microphone on. You ask a question, we proceed. Yeah?
Hello.
Yes.
About the counselor thing, huh? I'd like to know more about the counselor because I don't know whether when you're given the counselor, that counselor, like, you know the person, or they just pick randomly any person to be your counselor?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Sumaya, the counselor is your inviter. That is your counselor. Let me give an example. Sumaya, you're sharing you have shared your link to your friend. So automatically you are a counselor of that friend of yours. But there are scenarios, these people, there are some wise makers, they just run to go to the app store or a Play Store, they download those RoyalQ apps. Some RoyalQ apps are encrypted with inviters, so that when you tap on it and you register, automatically you're going on to under someone else. So under such scenarios, if you don't mind to check about the counselor, you can find maybe this person registered before using an application from the Play Store and is joining maybe under a Nigerian man who encrypted that robot with his invite link or code. That whenever is tapping under that link, or that someone registering under that downloaded the app is automatically going under him. So under this scenario, you can invite your friend, a friend activates, instead of you getting your $30, you don't see anything. That happens when the inviter is different from your link or your code.
Exactly.
Is it okay now?
Because my counselor, I even don't know that person.
You don't know the person.
I don't know.
Who showed
The
you the
person.
business, Maya?
Not the one. That counselor is not the one who showed me the business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the counselor is you under someone else that like you can invite when you have got already very many people under you, and maybe you decide to give that friend to your friend under you. So that person becomes the counselor. Eh? Have you got it? Okay. Any other question before we end our live training? Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay. Me, I'm asking.
Yeah.
Can I bind two accounts of Binance on one royalty app? Can I bind two accounts?
Can you bind two Binances,
Yes.
two Binance accounts?
Mm.
Okay, let me show you people. That is going to require me to go and show you exactly what happened there. Let me share my screen again. So this is what happens when you go to your RoyalQ and you're going in the binding session. This is what is going to be shown to you. Yeah. When you got the binding, we are seeing here Binance is bound. So meaning when you tap on your the Binance, it's telling you to auto bind. It is telling you either to replace the Binance or to unbind, meaning for every exchanger or crypto bank you're going to bind, it's going to be highlighted, meaning that position is taken. But so meaning you can't use or you can't bind two similar exchanges. Let me say Binance, and then you still bind someone else's Binance on your robot. It can't happen. HTX and then Bybit, you can bind each of them here, and the robot will be operating on each of them accordingly. But you can't connect these two as on the same Royal Q board. Anyone else having a question, you're free to ask still before we end. Otherwise, thank you for listening. I wish you a blessed night. Let's link up next time. May God bless you.